Hi, and welcome back to the light. Today I'm going to continue with our lesson on chart style. So, if you recall, we can access this in two ways. One from the red screwdriver and blue wrench. Clicking on it, this pulls up a pop up window, and we can click on chart style. This pulls up another chart window called User Preferences, and Chart is the first tab on the left hand side. A second way to get to this is click on Options and Chart Style, and you'll see the same pop-up window. We're going to continue customizing our South Indian chart, and we're going to start with charts without degrees. First thing we're going to do is switch this to South Indian, and you will see a South Indian chart pops up. And now you may be wondering, well, how do I get a chart without degrees and why would I want it? This is usually a personal preference. Maybe you are looking for something that's a little cleaner, whether it's on the screen or that you're printing. This could be for teaching, for presentations, for research. There's a variety of reasons you may prefer this, but either way, I'm going to show you how to get to it. You click in any empty space on this chart, and you will see a chart and table selection pops up. There's 4 columns here, and we're going to look at the column on the very left called Tables and click on Chart, which is the first option. Click OK, and you will see a chart with just the planets came. Now we're going to go back to customizing this. And as you can see here, if we look at the dropdown, we have got 5 options. I'm going to show you what each of these options look like. If we click on the first one, Signs, click OK, you will see in the top right-hand corner, the sign numbers come up. 1 is Aries, 2 is Taurus, 3 is Gemini, etc. And if you recall in the South Indian chart, the signs stay the same, but the houses shift. Continuing with our options, we're going to see signs as text. Click OK, and you will see now the names of the signs. So instead of the number 1, 2, 3, etc., we now see Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, etc. Following this is signs and house. And you can see this reverted back to the numerical signs 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And now the house numbers actually popped up as well. And the house number is in the bottom right-hand corner. Moving to our next option, signs as text and house. The sign name popped up in the top right-hand corner, and the house number is in the bottom right-hand corner. And our last option is house. And you can see this is just the house number on the bottom right-hand corner. That's it for our charts without degrees. Now I'm going to move to chart borders and fills. What exactly is this? Your chart borders and fills are aesthetic visual presentations to customize your chart to your liking. This has nothing to do with the data in the chart. It doesn't impact any of that. This is all about how you're showcasing your chart and giving it a little bit of your own unique personality. What I'm going to go through right now is the thin, heavy, and double lines and show you what they look like in each of the 5 chart styles. I'm going to start with North Indian and thin lines. And if we zoom in, you can see this is one line. And this gives the chart a very simple presentation that's easy to read. I'm going to go through the other 4 chart styles and show you what the thin line looks like. Moving to South Indian, circular, Bengali, Oriya. Now I'm going to move to the double line and show you what this looks like. I'm going to save the heavy lines for last. You can see this is a little bit more of a defined edge. If we zoom in, you'll see that there are 2 fine lines next to each other. I'm going to go through the 4 remaining chart styles to show you what this looks like. South Indian, circular, Bengali, Oriya. Now I'm going to show you what the heavy lines look like. You can see this is a definitive difference. The lines are thicker, heavier, more pronounced, and more intense. I'm going to showcase this to you on the 4 remaining chart styles as well. South Indian, circular, Bengali, Oriya. Now we're going to move to a different border, which is the border around the perimeter of the chart. And that is right here where it says chart border. And if you click on the drop down, you'll see there's several options here. We're going to start with this first one called chart with Lotus border. And you can see there's a blue lotus outline outside of the chart. You may have seen this in books, blogs, reports, etc., or even your own chart reading. I'm going to walk you through what this looks like for the 4 remaining charts. This is South Indian, circular, Bengali, and Oriya. There are other options, as you can see, and what I'm going to do is pick one and go back to our North Indian chart, and you can see this surrounds the entire chart at its perimeter. Again, it has no impact on the data in the chart. It's just the perimeter or border of the chart. And I'm going to show you what this border looks like in the other charts. It's pretty much identical to this, but let's go through it so you have an idea. South Indian, circular, Bengali, Oriya. The last thing I want to talk about is chart fill, and this represents the background color in your charts and your tables. Chart fill has a dropdown, and there's 3 options here: transparent, color fill, and textures. Color fill represents the color you would like to select in the background. If we click on color fill, click on edit, you can see that there's different options for color. I also want to give you a tip that on a Mac, you have different options to select your colors. I'm going to pick a bright color from basic colors. You can also pick a color from here by just moving your mouse around to get different shades of whatever color you may be looking for. I'm going to pick this blue right here, click OK. Click OK again, and you can see both the birth chart, the Vargas, and the other tables changed color to this. The next one I want to talk about is textures. We click edit, you will see there is a drop down of different textures. And if you click on each of these drop downs, you will see that different textures appear. I do want to note that for textures 14 through 17, there are no unique textures. This looks like it's just a dummy fill without any specific texture to select from. If you're looking for specific textures, click on 2 through 13. We are going to just click on 10, click OK, click OK again, and you will see the background fill of the birth chart change, but not the other tables. This is really specific to worksheets that include the birth chart. Another worksheet that includes this is Tithi Pravesh, and you can see both the birth chart and Tithi Pravesh chart have this textured background. The last thing I want to show you is transparent. Transparent doesn't mean that the background changes through a see-through or transparent color. What this actually refers to is what is the transparent color that is a system default. This most likely will change to whatever your system has as its default. On my Mac, it did show up as sort of a bone color. And going back to our PC, when I click on transparent, it turns this rather vivid blue, and that's most likely because of my PC setting. As you can see, this is not very easy on the eyes, so I am not going to keep it on this, but I wanted to show you what it looked like. And that's a wrap for the chart tab. I hope this has been helpful in understanding what each of these subsections mean within the tab, so you have a really good idea on how to use them and customize them to your liking. Thanks again for listening, and I will see you in the next lesson.